Okay, we are alive. Okay, at the top of the screen, if you're looking at the top of the screen right now, well, before I just jump in, I've come into Good World. I was in New World for a while, but I got chased around by the troll, as is evidenced by the little skull and bone on the top side there. I thought to myself, the better part of Valor is maybe to go getting some resources together and getting my act together for a little bit. So basically, and maybe repairing my stuff. Let's repair some stuff. I actually used a lot of arrows. I had 100, but now I have 76. So that should tell you that was me and the troll going at it for a while there. And the troll is very much still alive. And I was not, but I was able to come up behind him and get my stuff and leave. And so that is exactly what I did. So what I'm going to do here real quick is I'm going to fix my cooking station. Close it there. And we're going to adjust it so that I can do a little more meat. Yeah, I'm going to do 2. Because I've learned you can do this, and it's actually super effective, and I like that idea. So, especially since I have, more meat than I started out with. And we're just going to let it cook, and I'm going to take a look and show... I don't know if I had any major skill drops, but let's take a look. My jump is at 35, my fist at 13, my run is at 30. I think I lost a little run. Clubs at 31, wood cutting 49. I lost wood cutting, that's what I lost. It was at 50 something. So, it did cut some of my skills there. But that's okay. I'll take a loss on wood cutting. I'll get it back super easy. Oh, my goodness. Oh no, unless I got too long. I got pieces of coal. Oh well. That's okay. I can still use coal. I'll just put it in the chest. Coal is good for making signs and later for doing some other things. So, alright. I know, if I'm trying to get the meat and everything together, it does not help when I let it overcook. But it keeps me humble. Yeah, as soon as it's all cooked up, we will go out and get some fresh air and take a look at where we're at. We're actually in my other dwarf house, not the big one, just the big yard. I'm going to go back there, see if I can get some honey over there. Because as you can see, I only have 1. Oh, it was a fight. Well, I used my bow and arrow for the troll, but then I also fought a bunch of greylings. I mean, like gray dwarves, and I went wandering around in New World, so I was thinking, oh, I'm going to go look around, and I kind of got stuck far away from my usual abode, so I said, oh, I'll make a quick little, like, tent thing, and so I did, but, they kept coming after me, and, I mean, I guess it was enough to disturb Ike there, and he sent a raid. It was quite everything. Quite everything. So, with the troll, I used the bow and arrow. And then with the greylings, I used my big giant hammer. My stag hammer. And, The big hammer does not actually do much to the troll. It doesn't stagger it at all. I couldn't tell if it was affecting it really, because the troll is big. And so if it moved at all, I couldn't tell. the grayling that was chasing at me at the same time as the troll was chasing me got staggered real good though, so I didn't regret having it or anything, you know. But the problem is that I paused long enough for the troll to give me a good whack. And it was like, it was attrition. I actually had, I mean, if you look, I have had food. I actually was pretty up there, but I just, you know, he hit me 3 times, which, you know, well, actually hit me more than that. I'd run and get my strength back up. I'd run and get my strength back up. And it was that last one that got me. And then I was like, you know what? I think we're taking some time off. After I went and got my stuff back. And that's also when I said to myself, Self, if you're going to be doing this, you need to have food to put in the chest so that next time you're not running with only 25 under your belt, you know? We're in good world, yeah, right now. Well, it was New World where I was fighting the troll. And if you want, we could go look at it. We could go look at that little camp that I made up if you want. Once we get to the other place, and I have to. Thank you for giving me meat. I do need it. All food is good food. Every time I stop by this and say, ooh, look at that. And then I remember, I have seen this before. I know this hut is there. I'm going to pause a minute because we might be close enough for the troll to hear, but maybe not. Oh. Yes, this is... Empty chest. See? I knew I'd been here. Oh, here's the thing that I noticed though, is that this house did not used to have this thing going on with it. I'm just saying. Have this giant rock going through it, so, you know, the cataclysm was the cataclysm. It's rock, I think. Yeah, it's just basic rock. But I like seeing these rock deposits just as much as the copper, given how much you use rock to make walls and paths. You know, all that. That was a deer, yeah. I'm getting, well, running and firing at the troll actually helped me get perspective on some of this, you know. And I am getting better, not necessarily faster, a little better. The nice thing about the troll is that it was kind of impossible to miss. You know, that joke about the broadside of a barn kind of thing. I was trying for the bird, but it was too high up. Well, well, you know, what it is this is actually a big fortress space, really. So it did change in the sense that we walked around the side we normally don't walk around. 2 will do. I will take 2. Considering I had 1. Much better. Wood over here I hadn't seen. There we go. piece of wood I had not seen. I'm actually carrying around a lot of stuff. Let me put some of this away. Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea. Oh, this works out really well because I need to fix a bunch of my outfit here, so. Excellent. Here. All the deer hides. So much deer hide. Which is good. Capitalize. That's from all that stone was from me fighting the graylings earlier. That's what's good. There we go. I'm going to save that because I'm going to want to take that meat and put it. Alright, here we go. Coming in here. Nice and cozy. Oh, yes, that was the thing. Now, when it's raining like this, there's damage being done to the wood, right? So you might as well wait, but you can check them to see how things are. And it's a good idea. Oh, it looks like we're actually doing really good here on the damage, which I'm glad to see. Oh, it says no wonder it's saying invalid placement. I was like, invalid placement? Well, because I still had the fire thing on, and not the repair hammer. So if you want to repair things, you gotta be holding the hammer. And it's definitely did better, because the last time I was at this house, the reason I was at the other house was the patrol had gotten a little upset with me. And so, you know what, I'm just going to leave that thistle there, because what that means is if I build out a little bit, I'll have a whole thistle patch. So I'll come back to that. I will, and that'll be very, very handy, so I'm going to leave that as my reminder. I can hardly wait to have the stone thing so I can fix all these stone things. Because you are wet. Yeah. Dry off. Remember that I'm cooking. Yeah, I was looking up because it's like, is it raining in here? It's a little bit rainy. But not too bad. It's not really hitting me. Yeah, the window's letting it in. The one thing that I miss about modern living, having a glass pane. You know. The way to stop the glass, I guess, the rain would be to put like a roof on the outside and just cover that. No, it wasn't hitting the bed, so that's why it let me lay down. And I've actually, really technically, I've got a little, you know, like, shelf. Yep, we are. So we're gonna save. And then we're gonna log out. That's just the angle of the model. The head does seem to angle down a lot from, but I think it's because of the angle of the camera. And so, I mean, it's not carrying a lot right now. Oh, it might be the smoke, yeah. But the smoke is generally, it's much taller. Yeah. Okay. New World. If I hit the right one, we should be going to New World. And in New World, I'll show you my new camp. Sorry. At the time I was doing it, it made sense to me to go ahead and put the camp there. Now I'm like, what was I thinking? Because I paid no attention to the fact that there was a black forest right next to it. I just said to myself, yay, old stones. I'll park here. And that's when things went a little out of hand. Yeah, I'm slowly getting that. I've decided to just keep it small with the fence, and you know, if I come back to it, I'll make a larger one, that kind of thing. All right, so here's the house, and you can see my original. This was a box, and then the roof's like that over it. When I tried to get out, it wouldn't let me out, so I had to bust the roof open. So that's when I said next time I'm putting these half things around. And then when I started doing the half things, I thought, well, I might as well do the whole little house here. So that's what I did. This is in New World. And I guess the best thing to show you here, aside from eating something real quick, just a second, please hold while I have a meal. This is here. We're at Old Stone here. Okay, and it is, Small Haven is way over here. So I walked from Small Haven to here. So I basically walked through the Black Forest to get here. And then here is where on day 153, the troll handed me my butt. And deservedly so, you know, because he definitely got me. So this is the beginning. I'm going to keep this real small. Just this brown area here, you know, is where I'm going to do the fencing. Yep, and then I'll have the protection of the old stone, but I'll also have the fence if I need it. And just, you know, nice and simple. No drama. But, and part of it is, please, as I'm building the fence, just expect to be interrupted. Because I have neighbor issues here. Because there's the Black Forest right there that I didn't even process. There's the Black Forest right there. There's a pine tree forest over there though. So I could probably set up like a log or a chair over here and be, you know, pretty comfortable. You know, so. And there's plenty of deer and whatever. You can see I battled. I got resin all over the place. And there was just... just out of hand is what it was. Now, I am admittedly not entirely sure where the boar, not the boar, but the troll ended up or came from. So that doesn't change that I'm not, you know, I'm going to go and I'm going to knock a couple trees down or whatever, but I'm going to do it away from the Black Forest. But I do need fencing. Yep, and a good way to get my chopping back up. I'm going chopping. Here comes the little graylings. I don't. I You know, and what's really interesting is not having torches did not stop any of the animals from coming. You know what I mean? They still came at me, so I figure I might as well have any torch that I want of. So when I'm done putting the fence on, I'm going to put some torches in and brighten this place up a little bit. Very possibly. It's possible the troll heard me hitting that ground hard and said, "What's that?" And yes. Well, you know, what I've learned is it's risk either way, you know. When I'm going to try and use it sparingly here until I can get more flint. Because what I don't have is the ability to fix it if it goes bonkers, yes. So, but admittedly, probably when I'm fighting like more than one grayling, I'm going to pull it out. But if it's just one, then yeah. This is another meadow that has a lot of creatures. Like, there are, like you see the lizards over there, they kind of hide in the grass, but there's like 3 of them over there. So it's actually a pretty good location from, yes. Yes, yes. And it's very open, so as a troll fight in space, actually, it worked really well for a practice run. Because I could run all over. The only thing is that it turns out I find rocks difficult to navigate when I'm distressed. We'll just put it that way. So, what it is kind of like, you can't panic when you see him. I mean, you can. Oh, it's evening. It is in my circle, but remember, I'm just going to make a small fence first. I'm thinking of making a double fence and seeing how that works. But, you know. Technically, I do have some floor panels here. You just can't see them. Let's see what my wood situation is. Maybe later. I'll have to get more wood. I don't even have a chest yet. Yeah. I can, in fact, I do have, like, places I can go to get wood, yes. In fact, I could go back to Good World, get some wood from there, and come back over here. Yep. Yep. I do want to put a chest in here so that I can store food and basics by the bed. Yeah, probably like right there. Yep. Well, that's what I was saying. There is floor down there. You just can't see it. Or if you can maybe barely see it. It's covered by the dirt. Well, when you walk around and hit the hoe, it levels it to wherever you're at. Apparently the dirt was a little higher than where my floor was. It's not terrible, it just means I have a dirt floor, so what I might do is get some of that hide that I have a lot of and just put hide over there by the bed. Actually, I could get 2 hide. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna save, and then we're gonna go back to Goodwill real quick. I'm gonna go get some, get some wood and hide. Yep. And maybe some flint, and then I can give this a proper... I need the flint to make the chopping block, yeah. You need at least 10 to make a chopping block. Right. Yes. Yeah. So I'll probably get at least a stack of 50, maybe more, depending on what I can carry. I can, yeah. It's totally worth being there, just as a hassle, because of the dwarves. I fought 2-star dwarves, like 3 or 4 of them, which means there's probably like a tower that I cleared out without knowing it. You know what I mean? It just came in waves. And I was like, where are these things coming from? Always have a bee. I thought I had more flint here, but let's go for a walk. Got the woodshed over here, so... There we go. Oh yeah, plenty of wood there. Oh, I'm gathering the wood, like I'm getting a lot of it, but what I'm gonna do is when we land, I'll make a chest immediately and put it all in there. Right now it's saying, you're carrying too much, and I'm like, yes, I am, you know. I have the hide. I got 5 hides, so that should be enough to make the, in fact, we'll check here real quick. I seem to be okay. Yeah. Alright. Alright. It says to me, it says it's recording, so. It's hot, is what that's. Okay, I am getting ready to make a chest here. And putting some of this wood in the chest so that I'm no longer carrying it because it's weighing me down. Chest. One rag. That looks nice. Now we're sleeping. As I fall asleep planning my next day's labor, and I work, and I return home happy, and then wake up to realize I gotta work some more. And I think I'm gonna put in my first torch in the house here. So I have a little light going on by the, oh, I can't put it there, I won't be able to get out. Let's put it over here by the workbench. There we go. And I can leave the house. And we're gonna put in a wood floor. And it's going to tell me, where do you want to put this wood floor? I don't think you realize. There. I'll put it. There, now we're not going to be wiping our feet on the, or, you know, bringing in mud on the floor there. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm gonna try something. I'm putting in the fence, the gate, I mean, for the fence. I can get in and out, you know. And this feels way much better, much more secure. I've got a nice little fire going. I can expand out if I need to when I'm ready to. Yep. Yeah. Which it might, but you know, sometimes the heat will play with the internet a little bit, and so you just kind of gotta roll with it. Oh, there's a grayling. Gray dwarf. Alright, I'm gonna come back in. It reminds me I need to fix my chopping block, is what it reminded me. Rid of this little wall here. Don't actually need it anymore. I'll make room for the chopping block. There we go. Now I can fix everything. Awesome. Alright. Put some of this in here. Take half the strawberry, put it in. Half the mushroom, put it in. All the blueberries, we'll put all the blueberries because we're probably going to find more here. Half the deer meat, put it in. Half the honey. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna make a couple of torches out here out the front. If they're gonna be attacking me anyway, I might as well have it set up the way I want to have it set up. Well, I might as well have torches where it helps me the most, you know. And so, yeah. Hey, reset. Well, no, you're right. Probably everybody got on. It's... Yep. Yep, I see that. Chopping more trees here. Actually, I don't know why I'm chopping trees. I don't need it anymore. What I really need to do now is just start hunting. Oh, and get away from the gray dwarves here. There's only 2 of them, and it's not. So I'll just get a little farther ahead and put on my shield. Yeah, just blocking in while I'm here. Thank you. I just let the graylings hit at me. The dwarves will throw rocks at you. These are 2 different ones, yeah. That's what I was saying. There must be like a thing up the hill. You know. Shall we go take a look? Yeah. Now that I have the abode set up, it's, you know, safe enough to just sort of take a little walk. And while it is evening, I got enough time to come back. Well, we won't go too far up. We'll just Yeah, I put the hammer back because I was like, yeah, I don't need that drama. Yep, that looks like that might be a... Well, hello, guys. I understand that I disturbed you. Look at him throwing rocks at me. There was a time I was so scared of them. But having the shield made a difference with them. Because I knew that, you know, I could block them if they hit at me. Wow, there are just a lot here. Behind me, yeah. So that's just a rock. I was just thinking there must be a place up here. It might be. I don't see one. It might just be that because they're so close together, the good wood and the black forest, that it's just, they're just all around, you know. Or there might be a dungeon. A dungeon, let's take a look. No, that's just rock. No, not yet. No, I'm keeping an eye on the sun, too. Oh. The sun moved, and I did not know that. That looks like a copper deposit. It is. Alright. Minute. I'm putting C for copper. Alright, we're gonna head back down the hill. Just follow the trail that was going. It'll be worth coming back up because there's a pinewood forest, a big one, over that way. And core wood will be actually really nice to have because what I'd like to do is use them as like fence posts at the sides. Well, that's why I'm looking at the map. They're just hanging out here in this area, I guess. I don't know. You know I cleared them out earlier. Yep. This is where if I didn't have such good axe skills now, I'd probably use the hammer a bit more. But I do kind of want to not cause the troll to come out unnecessarily, because I'm not sure where he came from before. I did lose a good hunk of axe work from the troll. Yeah, I did. So they are. Yep. So I'm back. Let's see what happens when I go inside the house. It's a comfort level 5. Nice. See what I got from everything. Well. Oh, let's put the bee out. There's enough honey, enough flora stuff going on that the bee will do okay. As long as I don't put him too close to the fence. And a nice little half post there. And then I figured just having one bee could make a difference. check them out. The bees are happy. Alright, that works. There's the troll. Second, I saw him just a little bit ago. No, he's pretty far away, but I now know where he's at. He is way that away. I could, yes, and yeah, he's not looking for me right now though. He's out over there by the woods. Yep. But you can see him now walking across. Yes. They just have them, yeah. I'm gonna go in the house. We're gonna eat. Like it says, you could use a bite, and I'm totally gonna get that. Totally gonna bite. No, I don't think so. He's just wandering out in the distance. He's far enough he doesn't really see me, because I'm behind the fence. They say if it's line of sight, if they don't see you, they're not going to come after you. So I could go out there and I could incite him to violence, which I'm not going to do right now. Yeah, it didn't seem like a beneficial way of doing things. What I want to do is there's water not too far from here. So I'm going to go on the other side. To see where the water line is, you know, if I can. I went to sleep. Yeah, he's still just hanging out there. But now that I know where he's at, I can control the sort of the encounter. It means he's not over here. But I think you're right about not being noisy. Or, you know, we could go somewhere else for a little while. He hasn't left, yep. And I could do this off screen if I decide to go and try my luck, honestly. Yeah, I agree. Well, this was supposed to be a resource run anyway, so I put. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I put some food in the box already. You know, I have so much hide that I could go back to Good World and make another tunic, another pants, another helmet at least. Yeah. Which I didn't know before, so that makes a big difference. Yeah. Bring this back so I'm hovering in the right place. The house there, and put camp. Well, I decided to put this on the map so I remember where I'm at. I'm calling it Camp Troll here. Right now, we're going to go to Good World. Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. Get my practice in on shooting big things with the troll. Because they're what I need to know how to run away from and shoot arrows at. And what I probably ought to do is take some of those, see if I can make some fire arrows and practice that and see what the damage is on the trolls. Because, I'm just using little punky wood arrows. And it might make a difference, yeah. Alright, go in. Good world. I'm getting the hide is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go make another tunic, another set of pants, and another cap. I'm not going to worry about the cape because you have to have bone for the cape. But I can at least have the helmet and the clothes. Yep. Yep. Well, and then what I might do is go to Glade and see if there's stuff that I can pick up, like... Or Gremlin. Maybe go to Gremlin and just do some food runs around there. Well, this is true. It's not like I don't have the berry road. Oh, you know what? I might pick up the core wood while I'm here. Make sure everything's repaired. Everything's good. This is such a fun little setup for me. I mean, just having this whole workshop situation going on. Alright, let's see what I need. Leather tunic needs 6 deer hide, and the helmet needs... Yes. Yeah, so I need 18 deer hide, which I definitely have over here, so... Let's pick them up. So... We're just gonna make one of each. And then I will take it back and put them in the thing, yes. Alright. Yep. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and put this 2 wood back because I don't need to be carrying it around, and I have 50 in the chest over there. Let's see if we got any more honey with these guys here, if I've been away long enough. Yep, got one. What I'm gonna do here... Now the blueberries are not grown yet, but that's okay, I don't know how long it takes for them to grow, I just know they will, And what I'm gonna do is... I'm sorry, what? Oh yeah, that... Yeah, I put that there because I was trying to avoid getting the trolls notice on the other side. And suddenly it was the most practical thing. It became very, very practical for me later. So what I'm doing is I'm just I'm gonna go halfway here and then turn. And then we're gonna go down the hill. But what I'm trying to do is go past the troll, which is here. which is on the road, I guess is what I'm saying, so. Now we can get back on good road here. Yeah, that worked out really well. Oh, one thing I noticed, and this is me just commenting, when you are using the path on the rock here, it changes the texture of the rock. And I had been wondering about how some of those guys got the paths that they got. And they just used a path tool on it, and it changes the texture and makes it look really nice. The texture on the rock changes, so it looks like a path, part of the path. Yeah, I thought so too. I was like, oh, that's nice. Yep. Now, let me take a moment here. Oh, that's right. There's the circle right here. Let's go visit the little house over here. See what we got going on in here. Rock and wood. Oh, there's a lot of wood in there. I got food in here that I can cook. I might go ahead and grab that. And then more hide. Excellent. All right, so this is fairly nice here. Take a look at the map, sort of in general here. This is the dwarf area. There's the Ixthyr is that away. That I probably have a path going there, and then there's the tent. That's the direction I want to go in. Here. I'm at the stone circle is where I'm at. I am in good world. Yep. No, I have not made a whole lot of things yet. Oh, hello. Right. Right. My blocking practice. When there's only one of them, it really is kind of practical to just let them bounce up and off against you for a little while until they get tired. When they start running farther away, when they get tired. Like that. Alright, now I need to be pointed in the right direction. This will take me to Ixthyr. That road goes all the way to Ixthyr. So the way to the other one goes this way. Alright. Do a little cleanup around the ring since it's been a while. Oh, disturbed the deer. I'm so sorry. Oh, it wasn't me who disturbed the deer. There's this little grayling here. The grayling. I feel like a little custodian of the ring, sort of, when it's like this, you know. You come and pick things up and clean it up around the area a little bit. Okay, there's a deer. There we go. Let me check my weight. Oh, we're good. We're good. Go by the outhouse. I guess I should name it the pit stop, really. Go to the water's edge real quick and get us some flint, which should have renewed around here. Ooh, raspberries. Take you. Yeah, it was all raspberries there, yeah. Yeah, a lot of them too, you know. Oh, and then we're gonna carry on because the evening or noon sound is going off. Ooh, there's 2 deer there. Please hold. 2 deer. Oh, is that a fish? No room in the inventory, so can I? No. Dude, I'm busy. I'm trying to do my inventory. I'm not gonna fish back in the water. He knocked the fish back in the water, so I'm telling him what for. That total stinker. I didn't even bother with an axe this time. Alright, let's go back to path. Because it isn't like it's not giving me a lot of fair warning. You know what I mean? Being chased by a lizard. There. Alright, and I'm gonna go put the hammer down here and change it to the hammer real quick. Set myself on fire. Whoops, whoops, I did not mean to do that. Oh, I must not have a lot of wood, so... But I have enough to make 2 of them, so that's fine. Get some my cooking on here. Oh, this is another one when I made that camp. You remember it was so bad? Made some... Well, when I made that triangle house on my own, that first big triangle house by the tree, and it was so bad. That's this one here. Well, no, this house isn't bad. It's funny, is what it is. It's gotten much better, but you can see that the roof or the smoke is, you know, kind of thick in the air up above me, and you know. Yep, learning curve. I now know it must be taller. We got a lot of deer meat, which is actually very nice. I'm not complaining at all. Yeah. Gathering up the resources here. Oh, this is actually very nice. Have a little meal here. Look at my weight limit, it's not looking bad at all. We'll set a spawn point here real quick. I am getting a little tired, yeah. But I want to go back and put things in the New World in the chest in there, you know. Let's take a look here. Yeah. Let's go to the sleep to get our energy up here. And then we'll go to New World, we'll put in, you know, some of the meat and the new tunic and everything. And then we'll probably call it good there, I think. Wow. Am I stuck? I am stuck. Sometimes the houses, the side you wake up on, like, I just didn't have a lot of room. But fortunately, back in the day, I had fiddled around with it, so. Yes, I mean, or just let this whole thing go. It just happens to be close to another black forest, I think, which is, I think, why I have it. Alright, so this will be my last visit. We're gonna go to New World real quick. We're gonna put things away, and then we'll call it good. And I'm feeling pretty good about what we've accomplished today. Yeah. What's funny to me is today it's like 80 something, 85, you know, real warm. And tomorrow it's gonna be in the 50s. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Me too. Yeah. Well, that makes, you know, all the sense. So it probably feels actually really nice. Okay, so there we go. We now have, oops, I didn't mean to do that. We have some meat. We have an outfit if we need it. I'm gonna put the core wood down so I can make a core wood seat outside and put up a little fencing. And I'm gonna put this down here. Oh, yeah, and a torch, yep. This is true. Actually, I might take the club. Since I got the hammer, I might take the club and put the club, my number 3 club in there. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm feeling good about things, and we're gonna call it good here. We got our supplies up for in case. I'm still carrying around plenty of food right now, and I can fix all my stuff, which is kinda, I can fix all my stuff, everything that I'm wearing now, which I couldn't do before. So, Yep, I got my spawn here. I can't sleep because I just was asleep, you know, but... Yeah, I did. And so we're gonna save. And we're gonna call it good here and log out. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.